teaching this segment on contending for the faith. Contending for the faith. Who knew that we would be here in January 2020, this time, other than God? No, in January 2020, who knew that we would be standing here with the message on discipleship and evangelism, this being the year of discipleship and evangelism. And here in May 2020, we're standing in a position where believers, we are now supposed to be operating efficiently under the anointing and the direction of God, and contending for faith. We should be doing that under God's anointing, under God's direction. We should not be doing it in our own strength. But we should be standing and we should be contending. Amen? I said we should be standing as believers. We're not talking about unbelievers. This message is to who? To believers. For unbelievers, they should become believers. If they so desire. That's a choice that we all make individually. Amen? We make it what? Individually. I'm not going to go through as I normally would because we've gone over this since it's been a series. Contending, we know that contending means to, and then we're talking about discipleship and evangelism. So disciples, especially disciples, followers of Jesus Christ, we should be the ones that are supporting the work of God. Amen? That's a part of contending for the faith. We should be supporting and providing for the work, the will of God. Amen? We should also be preserving anything that God has established from failure or decline. Believers, disciples. We should be preserving anything that God desires, anything that He establishes, His will. Believers, disciples, should be preserving it from failure or decline. Now the question we have to ask ourselves is this. We don't have to do anything, but I would encourage each and every one of us, including myself, to ask us the question. If I am not supporting or providing for, if I'm not preserving from failure or decline, why not? If I'm not doing it, why am I not? Sometimes you can get wisdom in proper questions. If you can hear Holy Spirit help you discern the proper answer. If I am not contending for the faith by preserving, supporting, providing for, or sustaining against opposition, I would ask the question, why not? Part B of that question, that would be part A, but part B of that same question would be, what's more important? What's more important? Me sustaining against opposition, providing for what God deems important and His desire and will for the earth. Why not? And then part B, what's more important than that to you? What's more important than that to us? What's more important than what God has established, what God desires, what the will of the Lord is? What's more important? And that takes us back to a relationship content, because then we have to discern part C. If there's something more important, where am I getting my directives from? If there's something more important than me providing for, sustaining against, working towards what God's will, God's purposes, God's desires are, what is it? And then ask yourself, where did I get that directive from? What is competing in my life? What is contending in my life against what God wants to be fulfilled? What's the competing interest? What's the competing agenda? What is the competing source that is contending against me fulfilling what God's plans, purposes, and desires are? What are they, and where is that directive coming from? Because if it's God's purpose, plans, and desires for it to be done, you can sure believe that He's not the one sending opposition against His will. If it's God's plan, if it's God's purpose, if it's God's desire, you best believe He is not the one sending opposition against His purpose, plans, and desires for your life. Simplicity of the word. Let's simplify this thing so we can properly address the opposition. Because if we're not careful, the father of lies, Satan, the deceiver, will convince us that God's people, God's purpose, God's plan, God's desire is your enemy. And instead of yielding to God's purpose, yielding to God's plan, and yielding to God's desire, instead of continuing for that, you will oppose it. If you don't ask yourself the proper questions and stay in that lane long enough to address it, how will you know how to stand? How will you know on where to fight and what to fight? That's much like people saying God makes you sick. Well, how can you stand in agreement for healing if the God above all is the one that made you sick? How can you ask for people to pray and stand in agreement for your healing if you believe the lie that He made you sick? Simplicity. Simplify this. I come not to you with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in power, authority, and demonstration. Do y'all understand? The endeavor right now is to simplify this thing so that you're not walking out of here confused. And what do I mean when I say confused? That you look at the word, as long as you're hearing, you have understanding. You can hear the law of the word, you can hear the power of the word, you can hear, and you can have understanding to a degree what you're hearing. But if it's not getting rooted and grounded in you, that when you leave, you hear something that opposes truth. And because it didn't take root in you, you forget what manner of truth you heard that you're going to stand on. That's why I want to simplify so that you as a disciple, a believer, can contend properly. You have to get it in your heart that God means you well. He has thoughts and plans for you, expected, not thoughts of evil. He doesn't place sickness and disease on you. And I don't care who's telling you that, your authority is here. In the beginning was the Word. And the Word was God, and the Word was with God. And the same is God. I don't care who's telling you, well, baby, God put that on you to teach you a lesson. Really? Then how can I go to Him to ask Him for help? And if God wanted you to die prematurely, then why did he go raise Lazarus from the dead? God ain't taking people prematurely. I don't know why I have to say that this morning, but I want to get, because you cannot be confused. You cannot be double-minded. You can't be one way here and hear the truth and leave and can't stand against the lie. You allow people to contaminate you with lies. Not because the truth is not present, it's because you haven't allowed that truth to take root in you. And how does the truth get root in a disciple? Like anything else that gets root. It takes seasoning, it takes effort, it takes fertilizing. It takes attention to. You gotta feed yourself with truth. You don't want to allow yourself to be swayed. This will continue. Continue, protect, guard your heart. Not just guard it, he said, guard it with all diligence. Part of your assignment in guarding your heart, you continue, well, part of continuing is guard your heart with all diligence. And part of that is get truth. Somebody say, I must get truth. Say, I must get truth. And understand that God takes pleasure in your well-being. What benefit is it of God to see his children sick? What testimony is it of God to see you sick? The only testimony that glorifies God is if the sick, no, I should say, when the sick are recovered by him. He takes no pleasure in your sickness. He takes pleasure in your faith, knowing that you believe him to be who he is, Jehovah Rapha, the Lord our God that healeth thee. He has no pleasure in you lacking. The Lord is your shepherd, you shall not lack. He is your Jehovah Jireh, your provider. Hello? So when people say, well, baby, God wants you broke for a reason. Now, I'm not exalting mammon. That's not what I'm doing. But what I am saying is I'm trying to level this playing field in terms of truth from a lie. Because you cannot stand opposed if you're not deeply rooted, if you don't have root. Because the Bible says that Satan is a father of lies, he's a father of deception. He'll convince you if you don't know truth. Because he'll bring elements of a fact that has factual information, but then he will manipulate it. That's why it's the difference between a lie and deception. A lie is blatant. Deception has elements of facts in it. And we have to have discernment. Somebody say discernment. And the discernment has to be discerned when I know the difference between a lie and truth. You can't be a lazy disciple. Those are not synonymous terms. Lazy and disciple are not synonymous. They're opposites. Disciples cannot be lazy. And lazy in what? Lazy in getting in this word. Then we can begin to confess, thy word have I hid in my heart, that I might not sin against it. I still have the opportunity, and I'm sure I'm going to blow it, but I got enough word to discern. I got enough truth to, I'm just totally rebelling if I do it, but I know the difference between right and wrong. Hello? Are y'all understanding? So last week we left off on, I'm going to endeavor not to try to repeat everything I spoke last week, but it was wonderful to hear one of the members testify of having been opposed and stood on truth. It was a blessing to hear one of the members say, I remember the word, and I stood on the word that I heard. In the midst of being contended again. Come on. You don't have to contend where there's no opposition. I know I'm not the only one blessed to hear one of the members know how to stay in and contend. Are y'all listening? Are y'all remember what we talked about last week? Let me get there real quick. Ephesians 6:10-12. Ephesians 6:10-12. And I'm taking my time with this series because faith cometh by hearing. Faith does not come by having heard, because heard is past tense. Faith is what? Now. And we're talking about getting the word deeply rooted, so the more we hear it, the more we can take. It can take root if you have a heart to hear and obey. Are y'all listening? Come on, say it. I must have a heart to hear and obey. Before I get into this, I want to say something. I'm trying to figure out the words to make sure that you who are among, and those who hear by way of Facebook and YouTube and what have you, that we establish some foundational truths. And I'm privileged with the opportunity to say this now. And I want all of us to endeavor to if your heart will be willing, to hear this foundational truth that I want to stand up on. And as long as I'm alive, this is what I want. I failed in this before. Y'all see the banner in the hallway. And this was my assignment when God first called me into ministry as a pastor. He said, never leave them to you. Always leave them to me. For I alone am God. Now, never leaving it to me, I thought was always lifting up the name of the Lord, which is critically important. But where I faltered, where I failed before was where I got offended. Because when people didn't necessarily respond or do what I knew was right, I'm offended with people who wouldn't do what I knew was right. But I failed to understand that, hey, you're missing. These are my people, not yours. And I'm their God, not you. If they don't do what I'm telling you to tell them, they're not rebelling against you. They're rebelling against me. But no, I was running so passionately, but I was running ignorantly. Because we all have choices. And there's only one God. And none of us are Him. And it doesn't matter what your title is. It don't matter if you're apostle, prophet, pastor, teacher, evangelist, usher, deacon, janitor, whatever. None of us are God. I don't care what your title is. We are not God. And my desire, I'm positioned in a place to do it correctly. I want this church and all of those in here that we lift up, not just, and I'm trying to say lift up, but I'm trying to figure out what's the correct word to say, that we reverently honor God. That He is the center, the focus, the head. He is the author and the finisher. He is what our attention. He is the center. I wish I could find a word. If y'all got a better word, please share it. But I want us to have this understanding as disciples. He must be the head, the forefront. I don't know how else to. I don't have the words. Sometimes trying to just trying to think about God's goodness, I try to stand for. Thank you for your patience with me. Thank you for it. I don't know how to describe the love you have. Because I couldn't put up with me. I couldn't deal with me, God. How can you love me? How are you so patient with me? How are you so merciful to me? How are you extending so much grace? How can you look at me and still hold me in your arms after I've rebelled against you, after I've turned my back on you, after I've lied, after I've cheated, after I've walked away, after I've done so? How can you still? What words can I put together? So I have to use this limited English that I have to try to express something that I find difficult. I guess I have to use words like hallelujah, which says this is the highest praise. Hallelujah. 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 I heard a testimony of a 25-year-old young man, and when he described his experience of going from hell to heaven, the awesomeness of hearing the testimony. I know I'm supposed to be on Ephesians, we don't get there. I just wanted to take a minute to say, listen, don't leave this place without understanding the focus, the attention. It's Him. It's Him. Whatever batons are passed for your next assignment or whatever, make sure that when you pass the baton, whatever you're doing, you pass it. It's all about Him. Come on. It's all about Him. Why? Why is that so important? Because when you try to put your comfort in any other source, any other object, let me tell you, it will always betray you. When you put your confidence, your comfort in your money, when you put your confidence in your education, when you put your confidence in your husband, your wife, your children, let me tell you, you are headed for a fall. Because as much as they want to be there for you, they can't. Are y'all listening to me? Listen to what these words, I feel like I need to say it again. As much as your children, your parents, your friends, your family this is talking about human relationships, want to be there for you in a way that will restore you and re-strengthen you. As much as they want to, they can do their part, but they can't do God's part. Are y'all listening? I didn't say they didn't have a part, but they cannot be God for you. And let me tell you, when you hit some of these days they call evil days, no one except God is going to be able to keep you, deliver you, hold you, restore you, strengthen you, settle you, and make you hurt. Establish you. Are y'all listening? No one can be God for you. So what's the most important thing we can do as disciples? Teach people about us? Come on. What's the most important thing we can do as disciples? Teach people about Him. Are y'all listening? Are you listening? Because your children, God has you set there in a position, stand in proxy, but when He's trusting you, then you'll have enough relationship with Him to know the importance of you teaching them about Him. Because most of what they're going to learn about God, even though they're coming to church, a lot of what they're going to believe is what they see in you. Because you're bringing them to church, but you're the one that's spending time with them daily. You're the one that's putting food from what they see on the table. You're the one that's putting clothes on their back from what they see. That's what they know. But they don't, unless you tell them, hey, none of this is possible without God. The only way they're going to know that God is your source is if you tell them. Are y'all listening? I'm having to teach. This is fine, God. This is your church. The only way they're going to know that God is your source is by how? Are you telling? Are you telling? I said, are you telling? Are you telling them that when sickness and disease tries to touch your body, that you have a God that healed, that by Jesus' stripes, he suffered that I might be healed? Are you telling them? Are you telling them that when the bill collectors call, God's going to make a way? Are you telling them? Or are you lifting up this system? Are you glorifying this system? Are you setting your education as God? Are you setting your bank account as God? Are you setting the hospital as God? Are you setting the government as God? Are you replacing God with idols? Disciples. Yes, you too. Are you replacing God with idols? How can we contend? We must know. We must have truth. Let's read some scripture. Read Ephesians 6. Finally is a process. It is a place in a process. And obviously this is one of the last measures that God is requiring us to take. Finally is an indication of a measure, of an action, a procedure, part of a process. Finally what? My brethren. We went over this last week, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. What does it say there? Be. Wait, let's stop right there. What did we learn about be? What is be? Y'all remember? Finally, my brethren, think, speak, behave strong. Be. Be is an action term. Be is an action. Somebody say be is an action.
Be is an action.
Be is an action. My action right here, finally, Jack. Finally, Jack. I have to speak. I have to speak. I have to speak. I have to speak. Finally, Jack. I have to speak. You have to speak. We have to speak. When you get out of here, you have to speak. When they call you with some bad testimony, you have to speak. When they call you with some disgruntled information, you have to speak. When you see circumstances and situations, you have to speak, think, and behave. How? Strong. So put your name there. Finally, who? Finally, whoever you are, say it. I must think, speak, behave. How? Say it to yourself. I must think, speak, behave. Say it to yourself. Faith cometh by hearing. Say it to yourself. See, if you're thinking we're just doing this because we're at church, wrong. I'm here to instruct you in righteousness right now. I'm here to instruct you in righteousness right now. If you think the only reason why I'm telling you to say this is because we're at church, you're wrong. I'm telling you to say this now so that you can get into practice, into step, into exercising your authority, not so when you get to church you do it. I'm having you do it at church so that when you leave church, you learn from and being at church how to exercise your authority where? At home, at work, at school, at the playground, wherever you are. I think it's important for me to demonstrate by articulating the purpose, because people think we're having a religious experience right now. Oh, here you go with that church stuff. They're confessing and professing. No, this is not church stuff. This is relationship stuff. This is authority speaking. This is the way believers, disciples, Christians are to behave. It is not religious activity. And if you're uncomfortable with it, it tells me that you are not operating, exercising your authority in God enough. Because if you're uncomfortable, it means you're not doing it. Or you're not doing it enough. Right there, I was prompted right there to let you guys know this is not religious activity. People look at things that people do in church to make it look like it's religious. when you come to church, you participate in praise and worship. But do you think God only wants to be praised at the church?
No.
Do you not understand that God looks at you as the church? We assemble ourselves together, but you are the church. You don't wait to get to this physical assembly because you make this to be religion. People make religion. People build idols. But God is omnipresent. He's wherever you are. You come to church because you may not have known about praise and worship. But you come to church and you gather together where we are all together praising and worshiping. But what should be church is it should become where you come to church, you learn about praise and worship, but you leave and go home to praise and worship, and in church you come back with an overflow of what you do in your daily life. Amen. So when we talk about speak, if it's uncomfortable, if you feel out of place, there's something wrong. So if I say to yourself, I must think, speak, and behave strong, if that's uncommon for you. It goes back to the questions that we asked earlier about if you're not fulfilling the will of God, if you don't have a desire, why not? If this is uncomfortable for you and you're not speaking the word, what are you saying? What are you saying when you're being opposed? What are you saying when opposition comes? I heard the Holy Spirit. Who are you calling? Who do you call it? Is the first place you end up in prayer, or is the first place you end up on the cell phone? I hear you, Holy Spirit. I can't even get to. I'm hearing this as I'm talking to you, disciples. What is your first point of contact when you're being contended against? When opposition comes, you're supposed to learn how to contend. What is the first point of contact for you? Is it God?
Amen.
Is it your prayer life? Do you have a prayer life? Do you have a prayer life? Do you have a prayer life? I know we're eating meat. This is what God wants you to digest. God wants you to get meat. God wants you to build up yourself in Him. Because when opposition comes, trust me, your flesh cannot contend. Let me tell you from personal testimony, your flesh came in spiritual battles. And that's the front, the ground, the battlefield the enemy wants you to play on. He wants you to wrestle in your flesh. Because he knows you can't defeat him with your flesh. That's why he wants us to be fleshly centered. Come on, God, I hear you. Let your word flow from me. The enemy wants us to be fleshly centered because he knows we're going to see it in the scripture. So finally, my brethren, what are we supposed to do? Be. What is be? Think. Speak. What else?
Behave.
Strong. Say it. Think. Speak.
And behave.
Strong. Not weak. Not weak. Why is he telling you to be strong? Because you have an opportunity to be weak. Anytime you see one thing, there's always the opportunity for the opposite. You can be weak, but that's not what God commanded us to be. He didn't command us to be weak. I say he did not command us to be weak. I say he said if you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small. He said if you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small. Which is an indication that there's some authority that you're not strengthening or exercising enough. And I could hear the Holy Spirit telling me, yes, sir, and life and death is in the power of the tongue. Right when I was sitting here, I was hearing. He said, yeah, and it's authority not being exercised. And he says, life and death is in the power of the tongue. So a lot of our strength is small if that's who, and I'm not talking about us, I'm talking about who's ever killed you. Because I heard him say, and life and death is in the power of the tongue. So what are you saying? What are you saying about your God? Or do you even talk about him enough? I said, what are you saying about your God? Or do you even talk about him enough? Or do you not talk about him enough because you still don't know him well enough? I said, do you not talk about him enough because you don't know him well enough? Because you're not spending enough time with him? Because you're not allowing him to move on your behalf because you're so busy trying to fix it yourself? Hello? Holy Spirit, I'm trying to tell you, are you trying to fix it yourself? I had to get rebuked by him yesterday. Me and my wife were having some issues, and I was hot. And she said she was hot. And I felt I was right. Thank you. You on YouTube. All right, well, whatever. And she felt she was right. And she felt she was right. But the Lord reminded me, didn't I tell you about being right? I said, yes, you did. And he told me when we got a divorce before, he said, now being right is overrated. He didn't say living right. He said, but you were right on many occasions. But that mountain called right, what do you need? That small bit of time when you can stand up and say, I was right and you were wrong, where did that get you? So I was reminded when back years ago, in 2004, I started an APA Academy. I had a lot of young men who came from troubled backgrounds, and I pulled them together because I saw myself in them. And so the first thing I wanted them to learn is we was doing basketball, they couldn't smoke weed, they had to come in. Weed smoking at high school teenagers coming from all kind of backgrounds, they were in continuation school. The first thing I wanted them to learn, and one of the things they had to do in order to stay a part of the program, is learn 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 1 through 8. Yeah, I know some of y'all might go, what does it say? It says, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and I have not love, I have become as a sounding brass, as a tinkling cymbal. And though I give my body to be burned and all that I bestow to the poor, and I have not love, I am nothing. And he goes on to say all of these criteria, and he says, and though you prophesy, your prophecies will fail. And though you speak with tongues of angels, they will cease. He says your prophecies, if you got all of these gifts, and you'll give all this stuff to the poor, but you're doing it and you don't even love your neighbor. He said, them prophecies that you've been telling people, they will fail. Them tongues that you've been speaking in, they will cease. So I'm sitting on my bed reading it like, yeah, forgive it. Love it. What is it going to profit me to be up here teaching y'all? Paul said, and I myself said, and I myself become a castaway. Teaching y'all be delivered, and I stand up here and be a castaway because I refuse to forgive and walk in love because I wanted to be wrong. I'm telling you my experience, and you don't have to sit there by yourself and feel like, well, man, that's a lot of work. It is absolutely to walk this walk, boy, you got to die. Amen. You got to give up your pride, even when you're right. Amen. You got to learn how to love him, because Jesus died for those who would spit on him. So I can talk about all this authority and then fail in my love life. Prophesy to you. Watch Jesus redeem and heal people because he wants it to happen, but he says for you, you shall not enter in. fail to love. So before we get into all this, let me pause and parenthetically inject this into the text. Thinking, behaving, and speaking strong. You better make sure that we all, including Jack, understand. We better make sure we have the love walk. Hello? I said we better make sure we have the love walk.
Amen.
Thinking, behaving, speaking. See, I gotta get there because even in this stuff, you know, I have to be careful. Let's go. This is where I get trapped at. This is where I get stuck. I got stuck here last week. Last time we were together. I'm gonna get through this. Hello? It's hard for me to get through series with y'all. I gotta hear from the Holy Spirit, speak that. So finally, my brother, be think, speak, and behave strong. In who? So in the Lord. Remember, if there's one thing, there's always an opposite. So if it's in the Lord, what is he telling us? Not outside the Lord.
And we are not.
Hello?
Amen.
Be strong in the Lord. So which means you need to have a relationship with him. Hello? You talking about this and you don't even have a relationship with God. You're disqualifying this already to being able to obey the command because he says be strong in the Lord. Not outside the Lord. And some people are like, oh, I'm going to take aspects of the word and apply it to my life. Not this one. Somebody say, not this one. Because it specifically says, be strong in the Lord. Where? I say, where did he say be strong at? Where did he say be strong at?
In the Lord.
So, where did he say not to be strong at? Outside of him. Disciples, don't be trying to be this strong outside of him.
Right.
In your own understanding. In your own intellect. Yeah, you might think, well, the first thing I'm going to call when I need money is the man. Be strong in the Lord. He might not tell you to call him back. But this got to be relationship centered. In other words, you're going to have to talk to him long enough to get some direction. Which means, who's the first thing, again, when you have a need, when you face opposition, who's the first person you call? What's your first point of contact? Is that just the right answer, or is that what you do? The right answer is right. Yes, check the box. The first point of contact should be who? Now you ask yourself the question, is that my first point of contact? Is that my first point of contact? This is God's church. God, I want to hear him say, you made the right correction. Jack, you made the right correction. You gave me my church back. You gave me my church back. You made the right decision. You gave me my church back. He said, upon this rock, I will build my church. He never said, I'm going to endorse and build your church. He never promised to build my church. I don't have none. And as for y'all, you're not my people, you know I'm in. I'm just privileged with the opportunity to see your life in him grow. And so shall it. And so shall it. So shall it be. Shall your life excel in him. For in him you live, you move, and you have your being. So shall your life excel. I say to you, that's going to be your first point of contact. Let him be your first point of contact. Be strong in him, not outside of him. And you must know that so that when you leave here, let this get rooted so that it's rooted. Somebody say, I need to get rooted.
I need to get rooted.
Let this get rooted so that when you leave here, you remember, I cannot be strong outside. I have an opportunity, I have the option, but it's not God's way. It's not God's way for me to be strong outside of him. It's not God's way for me to be strong. It's not God's way for me to think, speak, and behave outside of him.
Amen.
Hear how you put those things together? It's not God's way for me to think, speak, and behave outside of him. I'll say it again. It's not God's way for me to think, speak, and behave outside of him. For example, when me and my wife were having a conflict yesterday. She got an intense fellowship. I wanted to stay mad. Now I didn't know where that madness was going to take me. So I began to speak my heavenly language. Because I did not want to make the same mistake. Because anger can lead you to a place you think you want to go. Emotional. And it can lead you to an abandoned, betrayed place. So, and if I wasn't careful, I would have been trying to be strong outside of God. I said if I was not careful, even yesterday, I would have tried to be strong. He said be strong in the Lord. But I had an opportunity, if not careful, to try to be strong, to think, speak, and behave outside of me. See, simplicity, bring it to where it's simple, it's clear, you can understand. You don't want to be so deep that they leave saying, man, that was deep, and you can't apply it. What benefit is that? That's pride. You can't apply it to your life. You can't be a doer of the word because the pastor was so deep. Is that God or is that you? People can't grow, the people can't honor God, the people can't do what the Lord says because they have no understanding because you're so deep. I'm not criticizing people, I'm just simply saying we need understanding. Are y'all there? Can we move on to the next part? Because you guys take up a lot of my time. All right. Not outside the word and conjunction word. So there's more to do. Somebody say there's more to do.
There's more to do.
There's more. He's like, man, I need to think, speak, and behave, and there's more.
Yes.
And I need to make sure I'm doing it in the Lord, not outside the Lord. Yeah, and there's a conjunction, meaning there's more.
Yes.
And what?
And the power of
In the power of whose might? No. Yeah, he said in the power of his might. What is in my parentheses? Not your own. Not the power of your might. Or there's a comma in my parentheses, or others might. Don't be strong in the power of your might because you have so many gifts and talents. See, God has sent a prophet and he sent it by a brook and it sustained him. Now, he could have stayed at that brook and been trying to make that brook, when it dried up, reappear with more water. Because that's what he got comfortable with, was the place God sent him by a brook and the brook was sustained. But when the brook dried up, he could have stood there talking about, I've seen God work here before. Brook, I command you, refill. Or he could have been led by the Lord and followed him, and then he was sustained by a wave. Are y'all? Let me simplify. The meaning is, don't get caught up in you. Don't get caught up in what you have done, your previous accomplishment. Some people say, I've heard it said, that some of the worst people's enemies are their last victories.
Huh?
Yeah. some of the worst enemies of people are their last victims. Because they get caught up in what happened before. They get stuck in what happened, what their successes in the past. But faith is not what happened before. Faith is now. What you accomplished before, you need to be led. You take the principle of what happened, and the principle should be God did it before. But it's in His will, His time, His place, how He wants to do it. I should be willing to follow Him wherever He leads. I don't want to get stuck, caught up in what He did before if He's leading me a different direction. I don't want to get caught up in my degree thinking my degree is going to open the door. No, what's going to open the door for me is God. I don't want to get caught up in my credit score. And there's nothing wrong with having a high credit score. There's nothing wrong with having a college degree. All of those things are wonderful, but I sure better not make them my power. And in the power of His might. I don't want to depend on other people's power. I don't want to depend on my degree, my bank account, my intelligence. Neither do I want to get caught up in other people's power, bank account, and intelligence. Be in the power of whose might? His might. See, because if you're not careful, once again, who will be your first point of contact? Then people you know got a lot of money. I'm going to call such and such and such. I need some money. I'm going to call such and such and such. I need a reference. I'm going to call such and such and such. Now, if God directs you that direction, fine. But what I'm trying to say to you is from a relationship perspective, God should be our first point of contact. Being led. As many as are led by the Spirit of God, the same are the sons of God. As many are led by the Spirit of God, as many as are led by the Spirit of God, as many as are what? Led by the Spirit of God, the same are the sons of God. See, this is me. But it's simple enough for us to get understanding. Because He said in all I get what? When you leave here, I hope you have understanding, at least to this degree, that if I'm going to contend for my faith in God, I need to know it starts with Him. And my knowledge of Him, my trust in Him, and my knowledge and my ability to execute and exercise authority comes from me learning of Him, which means I need to endeavor spending time with Him so I can stand when opposition comes with truth. So that when opposition comes from somebody you have confidence in, but they're not speaking truth, you can stand on truth, regardless of who's telling the lie. Hello? Because it might be your kids. It might be your mom. It might be your dad. Doesn't really matter when it's the difference between God and you. I said it doesn't really matter when it's the difference between Him and God. See, and if it does matter, that means we need to continue to build our relationship up in God. If you're having problems with standing with the truth based upon who's opposing it, means we need to build on our relationship with God, because it means that we have a stronger relationship with Him than we do with God. If we're having a problem standing on the truth of what God's Word says because of the individual that's opposing the truth, it means we need to build on our relationship with God, because we have more honor, more consideration for that person than we do of God. Let God be the true and every man be a lie. You got to understand, we have to understand that our redemption, our provision, our protection comes from God. They can want to be as much as they want to be, but they can't be. There is no one. No one can manage our life, sustain our life, keep our life like God can. No one. And disciples, followers of Jesus Christ, need to know that. And live like it, demonstrate it. Are y'all listening? Okay, where are we at now?
11.
Be strong in the Lord and power of his might. Oh, the next verse, verse 11.
Put on the whole.
Hold on. Put action. Somebody say this is another action. Additional work, additional authority. Thank you, Holy Spirit. What I am to say is, this is additional authority we need to operate with. This is our authority. I heard that this is the authority. Somebody say, this is my authority.
This is my authority.
This is my authority. This is my authority. And this is how I exercise my authority. Somebody said, this is my authority.
This is my authority.
See, somebody said, I don't even know my authority in God. Well, right now, I just heard, this is their authority. This is your authority. Exercise it. Operate it. Activate it. These are action words. Take action. The word put is an action word. Put is an action. It's not something for you to look at. It's something for us to do. I said it's not just something for you to look at. It's not just something for me to look at. It is not just something for us to look at. It's something for us to what? It's something for us to what? So now, put. This is my active role. Your active role. Our active role is to put. Put on. What? The whole, wait, make sure we pause, not part of it. Well, Pastor, I did that part. Well, let's continue on and make sure you got on the whole armor. Somebody said, well, I put on the helmet. Did you put on? Let's see what you might not have put on. I'm not saying you didn't. I can't accuse you, but we can definitely make sure when you're in the military, you're in the military. You were in the military. They call your garments fatigue, right? Fatigue. I was in the ROTC, so I know a little bit of that. And I remember we would have to stand in our protocol. They would call us fatigue. And they would look at us from our hat down to our boots. And we wanted to make sure that we had on every portion of our fatigue spot. And they better make sure that you have a crease. Them boots better make sure that you can see your face in them, everything. To make sure that you're fully equipped. Not partially. And you would be penalized if you came in and you had your boots, your pants, and your t-shirt, but you didn't have on your jacket. Or you had on your boots, your pants, and your t-shirt, and your jacket, but you didn't have on your hat. Hello? Or you had your hat, your jacket, your t-shirt, your pants, but you didn't have your boots. You're not fully equipped. So now he says, put on how much? Not part of, right? The armor, somebody say God's armor. The armor of God. God's armor. Whose armor? God's armor. See, this is some relationship sensitive. God's got armor for you. He's got a spiritual equipment for you to win battles when you just put it on. In other words, guys like it, when your kids get older, do you still dress your kids? No, you tell them to go get what? Go get dressed. I said, you tell your kids to what? Go get dressed. God's telling his kids to what? I said, God's telling his kids to do what? God's telling his kids to do what? Go get dressed. Go get dressed. God's telling his kids, his people, his followers, go get dressed. Don't leave home without. And at home be dressed. Hello? God's telling his kids to do what? Get dressed. Put on the whole armor of God. For what purpose? That who may be able, that we may be able to what? Stand. Stand is to not falter, to not faint, to not give in. So if you're not standing, can I tell you who's out there booty butt naked? For you to, can I tell you who's not properly dressed, equipped with the armor? Yes, that's why I don't necessarily want to be on YouTube, Facebook, and anything else. Because I have a language for this congregation. So for y'all, make sure that you're fully equipped. For you guys, don't be caught out there booty butt naked without your stuff on. Y'all listen. You got 2 different languages you have to attend to. Are y'all hearing me? So don't get caught out there like that. So you're able to not falter, faint, or give in to the wiles of the devil. For we, I need to get to this. I got 4 minutes, great. For we, next verse. Wait, let's go. For we wait for it, for we. You're not alone. So when you're thinking, I can't believe I'm going through this, Lord, nobody understands. Nobody understands. Nobody's going through what I'm going through. For we. Hello? Simple. Break it down. See, if you just read over it, you won't hear what God is trying to teach us. So when the enemy is coming in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord is standing against them. So you understand you're not the only one. Somebody said, I'm not alone.
I'm not alone.
Come on, you're not the only one going through it. No, but I was raped. You're not the only one. I was molested. You're not the only one. I was abandoned. You're not the only one. I was shot at. You're not the only one. For we. Somebody say it again. I'm not alone.
I'm not alone.
And that's God brings a group of believers. That's why we're here for one another. The Bible says we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. You'll hear other people that God has delivered, and you'll find out you went through that too. Yeah, you're not alone. For we. Somebody say we.
We.
Us is over here. Us is over here. We are not alone.
Amen.
Hello. For we. That's why I didn't want y'all to rush. I wasn't trying to challenge you. I was just trying to help you see the word. See, you can hear how God knows more than you. And you become to realize, man, I didn't know I wasn't alone. I thought nobody else would understand me. No, absolutely. You just need to open your mouth. And you'll realize God got people like you. And he's brought through. And he expects you like he delivered you to go help somebody else. He says, and when you were converted, he told Peter, strengthen your brother. When you were converted. When you were converted. When you went to see, that's why you got to thank you, Holy Spirit. That's why you got to know your call. He delivered you out so that you can help somebody else. Do you think he just delivered you? Yeah, he wants you to celebrate your deliverance. But after you finish celebrating, go. Go. The first 2 letters of God. Go. God is an action God. Go. When you're converted, go. Go ye into all the nations. Go. When you're converted, what do you need to do? Go. So if you're sitting on your behind, you know you're not God-like. You're not acting like his kids. If you're not going nowhere, something's wrong. Go. Somebody say, I need to go.
Go.
When you're converted, you need to what?
Go.
When you're converted, you need to what?
Go.
But you need to know who converted you. Who delivered you. Comes down. For we are not the only ones. I got 1 minute to say this. Wrestle not. Not supposed to. It's misdirected. It's a misdirected battle when we do. And me personally, my flesh tends to lean on doing what the word says not to do. He says, we wrestle not against what? Flesh and blood. People. He says, we wrestle not. We're not supposed to. It's a misdirected battle. In our flesh, if not just mine, I'm sure there's others, I'm not alone, that tends to lean on wrestling against people. And God says, we wrestle not against people. I'm out of time.